Hello everyone. I am Alice of KHR Arts and Cloud Orchid Publishing, and today I wanted to talk to y'all about the highlighter color editing method. So what exactly is this method of editing? It's a really fun process that I really personally enjoy. I learned it while I was a student at Columbia College of Chicago with my teacher and now friend and mentor Tina Jens. This is a method that she taught in her fantasy fiction writing class, and how it works is that you print out your manuscript, or you can technically do this on your computer. It's just a little bit tougher to do, but you then take your manuscript and you have highlighters that are different colors. So you're going to want to have red, yellow, green, blue, and purple colors. Technically, you can change the colors to be whatever you want to be, but for the sake of this is the structure that I followed from her class. And so each color represents a different type of writing that you do in a manuscript. So red represents dialogue. So any part of dialogue in your story, so anything that would be in quotation marks, anything between the tags of he said, she said, they said, whatever, that would be highlighted in red. The next step is internal thoughts. So if you are writing from a first-person perspective and your character is thinking something in their head, but not necessarily saying it out loud, that would be highlighted in yellow. In my personal stories, I often reflect this in my writing using italics. So all internal thoughts are in italics in my stories so that you know the character is thinking this and not necessarily saying it out loud. The next is description. So anything describing things in the story. So colors, scents, touch, anything with, describing the world around them. What does the room look like? What clothes are they wearing? Any sort of description details like that, you would highlight in green. And then actions will be highlighted in blue. So any sort of action taken by the characters in the story, such as she ran over there, he grabbed the cup off the table, they walked to the movie, just anything that implies any sort of actual action. Anything that implies some sort of direct action that's taking place will be highlighted in blue. And then last, you want to highlight any sort of emotion in purple. This means highlighting anything that the characters are feeling. So if your character is sad in a moment, or they're really excited about something, or they're really angry at someone, anything that expresses some sort of emotion with that, you're going to want to highlight in purple. Now, when you put all of this together, the idea of using this highlighter method and using these different colors is so that you can see where in your story there's big blocks of color. And that's kind of what you want to avoid, is you want to make sure that you don't just have enormous blocks or even just an entire page that's all just one solid color. And this is a really great way to be able to add more detail into your stories. A lot of time we can get really caught up in the prose and the dialogue of a story and not really thinking a whole lot about what actions are going on. What is my character feeling? What does the world around them look like? What are they thinking? Things like that. Being able to see the colors will be able to show you, hey, you know what? I don't have a lot of green in my story, or I don't have a lot of purple in my story, and be able to go back through your story and make those additions where you can go through and be like, yeah, I can add this part in here. And basically, the goal is you want to make your page into a rainbow. You want to have as much variation as possible on the page, because that's what helps draw your reader in so that they can really experience the world that you're trying to build. Because, yeah, it's important to have prose so that you can explain things to the reader. And of course, dialogue is also important because, characters have to interact with each other. But if those are the two main colors that you have going on in your manuscript, it's going to read where it's called the snow globe effect, where you have these talking heads where they could be anywhere, including inside of a snow globe. And that's not good. You want to be able to ground your stories so that your reader can see the world that these characters are interacting in. What does it look like? Where exactly are they? Is it cold? Is it hot? What season is it? What is it like? What does this look like? Is it nighttime? Is it daytime? Are they in a building? Are they outside? Are they at home? Are they in a public place? All of these sorts of things will really help add to how exactly your characters are interacting with each other and interacting with the world world at large. And then, of course, getting into those nitty-gritty details of what is your character thinking, what are they feeling, all of that also adds in so that your reader can relate to the characters in your story by knowing firsthand what are they thinking, what are they feeling, those sorts of things. And of course, you want to make sure that you get descriptive with that and not just insert in, oh, Billy thought this, Billy thought that, Billy felt this, Billy felt that. You want to make sure that you integrate it into the story in a way that makes sense and feels natural to the reader. You don't necessarily have to have those tags onto these things that you're trying to insert in there. You can weave them into the story, such as, let's say there's a situation where Susie is in a warehouse and she's been kidnapped. We can know that Susie is in a dark, scary warehouse and that she is very scared and that she is thinking, oh no, where am I? What's happening to me? We can get the gist of all of that by you describing the situation by Susie can't see anything and she realizes that she is blindfolded and she can feel the fabric against her face and maybe it's a coarse burlap sack. That tells you a lot about what's going on, and that she can feel the ropes tied around her really tightly and she's tied to this really cold metal chair, and she can smell how dank and musty this building is that she's in, and it must be really large and empty because she can hear the echo of footsteps coming toward her. And you can talk about how she's trembling with fear and thinking to herself, oh no, so-and-so doesn't know where I am because I got mad at them and I haven't talked to them since yesterday. How is anybody going to find me? Putting all of those kind of details together already gives the reader all of those things that they need to know about. Where are they? What does the place look like? How is the character feeling? What are they thinking? That's how you integrate those details in without literally saying, Susie felt scared. Susie was trapped in a big, scary warehouse. When you add in those details, it really makes the story come to life. And that's how the highlighter method can really take the very basics of your story and really help grow in those details in a meaningful way. And working in Tina's class with this particular editing method has really helped grow my writing by leaps and bounds. So I highly recommend using this method of editing. I hope y'all found this video helpful. If you did, please be sure to give it a like. And if you're new, subscribe. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.